episode 2 of the Sports Roast. I'm your host, Greg. You don't need last name or social, right? Name or credit card. A lot to get into. Let me first start by saying I see this as a once-a-week podcast. Obviously, I think I'm going to come to you on Thursdays. That is the plan. Plans change. Things happen. Technical difficulties arise. Emergencies happen. Whatever. But my plan, I think, is once a week for you. Let the stories pile up while we don't have the NFL. All that good stuff to talk about. So I think I'm your Wednesday guy. I think I'm going to come new episodes every Wednesday night. That is the plan. Real plan was to have a podcast called Potty Mouth. That's on ice right now. So here I am. And you know what we got to talk about. You know damn well what we got to talk about. We got to talk about Draymond Green talking about Cat missing games because of Jimmy Butler. We got to talk about LeBron James defying age. We got to talk about the Lakers and their improvement since the trade deadline. We got to talk about Stephen A. Smith beefing with LeBron over Bronny comments. Actually, I'm not going to talk about any of that because that's boring as hell, and that's what ESPN is for. And that's their quota. That's what they're going to talk about. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about other shit. We're going to break down probably the biggest trade of the deadline, which happened on Friday, the NHL deadline. There's a big suspension in the NHL. Only big because of the team it's on. The player is, not a substantial name, but we'll get into it. We'll talk. I will mention Jimmy Butler real quick, not because he has a stain on his shorts. We won't get into that either because I love him. We'll get into a little Champions League. I'll just update you on that. Little bit of college basketball, a little UFC mention, and then a lot of movement in the NFL. And then we'll finish up with a huge injury in the world of sports. Actually, two big injuries in the world of sports. And I think I'll get out of here. And then I'll watch a lot of March Madness, and I'll come back to you next Wednesday with some thoughts and reactions and hopefully more followers and subscribers. I know this is new. I know people are probably annoyed that I'm pelting you. I was pelting you twice a week in the past with Potty Mouth's posts and Instagram stories and whatnot, but this is where I am now until something changes with the other show. This is my show. This is just me, all right? Chains are off, baby. I don't know what that meant, but I said it. All right, biggest deal in the deadline in the NHL happened late on Friday as the deadline was approaching, and I don't think it was a surprise that he got moved, but it's probably a surprise where he got moved to. But Brad Marchand, everyone's favorite villain, but he's a good guy if you look up things he's stood up for and fought against, commented on with drama and some sickening things in that league behind closed doors. Brad Marchand, everyone's favorite villain, the Rat, fittingly goes to the Ice Cats, goes to the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions, and I'll be interested to see if they throw little figurines of him on the ice after a hat trick because he is, people like to call him a little rat. He's a great player. He's on his way to the Hall of Fame. He's probably going to he's going to probably hoist that cup. I mean, I think they're now deeper and better than the Jets, than the Stars. A lot of teams made some solid moves. I know the Avalanche have caught fire, but we'll see. Florida, man, they're good, they're deep, and they just got an absolute monster of a player, a veteran, like I said, a Hall of Famer, a champion himself. So we'll see how that goes. He's, his introductory press conference, said all the right things, has some jokes about Sam Bennett, his new teammate, and all that nonsense. And on the same team, Ekblad, 20-game suspension. One of their, he's a top 4 defenseman for them, obviously. Ekblad, 20 games for PEDs. They did trade for Seth Jones. I don't think they knew this was coming, but if they did, they prepared. And Seth Jones, Popeye Jones' son, little spinach Jones up there. So I think they're ready. We'll dive more into the NHL as the playoffs approach. Some good battles. Maybe I'll break that down next week. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? I'm winging this shit like I always do. Speaking of wings, one of the best wings in the NBA last decade, Jimmy Butler. Well, I don't have to get into this too much. I just got to give you one stat. Not one shat, one stat. 12-1. 12-1 record since acquiring Jimmy Butler for the Golden State Warriors. This could be a perfect little storm. I don't know. Not Golden State. They are Golden State. Oklahoma City, really deep. Oklahoma City, really deep team. I just cut out my audio. Hopefully you hear that. Oklahoma City, very deep team. I said that 4 times now. So we'll see if they need Kuminga to be in good health, good form for the playoffs. They need a big man. They will get that. But the 12-1, since they got Jimmy, I'm looking forward to seeing the Lakers, if they stay healthy in the playoffs. I'm looking forward. And LeBron's out with the groin, obviously. I don't know if he got it on the flop. I didn't think that flop was that bad. He's just trying to listen. Every flop is you trying to sell a call. It's not new. I didn't think the flop was that egregious. I think he obviously was probably barely touched by Tatum, if you saw the play. And anyway, LeBron injured his groin against the Celtics. He's gonna be out. But the West will be fun with Jokic, with SGA, with Curry looking younger, with the hungry Jimmy buckets out there in the West. So that should be fun. In the East, listen, I don't care what any Knicks fan says. It's gonna be Cleveland versus Boston. That's it. And if Porzingis isn't gonna be on the court, and not to even think that matters too much. I think everything went right for Boston last year. Obviously Porzingis was hurt, but they didn't need him. They were just running through people. Yeah, but give me Cleveland versus Golden State. Give me Cleveland versus OKC. That'd be fun. I know that won't be sexy, but for ratings. But if you don't know who SGA is, that's on you. He's an all-star. He's a stud. He's in at least one annoying commercial. But anyway, that's on you. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking shit to my listeners. All -7 of you. All right, let's go to the soccer pitch now. We have our final 8 for the Champions League, but it wasn't without drama. Now, a lot of these aggregates were not close. I think only two of the matchups went to PKs, and the big one with PSG and my old goalie for Milan, Donnarumma, stoning Liverpool and knocking Liverpool. Probably I would assume the betting favorites. I don't really know. I would assume the betting favorites going into this round. They're gone. They go home. They go to play for the Carabao Cup, the Tin Cup, and they will focus on, sealing the deal if they haven't already in the Premier League. So PSG advances. Arsenal's through. Dortmund's through. Real Madrid is through. Aston Villa, like I said, PSG, Inter, Barca, and Bayern, some of the usual suspects, all through to the final eight in the Champions League. If you don't know what that is, it's the biggest soccer tournament in the world. It happens every year. The final is like the Super Bowl. It's actually bigger than that, but because so many countries are involved, they take like the 3, 4, 5 best teams in every league in Europe, and they play a big tournament with knockout stages. It's World Cup format pretty much, and it's all the club teams. So your Manchester United, your Barcelona, that's all who's in that. Your Milans, your Juventus, all the big name clubs from Europe, and it's fun, and it's like I said, it's a big deal. It's best versus best. It's not like the FA Cup's fun. It's awesome when you have these the mill walls. If you've seen Green Street Hooligans, you have the little mill walls and the what the hell Wrexham's in that and all that nonsense. So Anyway, there's a little. If you're not into soccer, you should be because why not? It's quick, 2 hours, game's over, and whatever. And every goal is important. But anyway, yeah, a lot of blowouts. If you see the bottom line, if you're watching on YouTube, I do have the aggregates for you. So it was, a couple good matchups. Not everyone was that close on aggregate, though. Yes, they do take total goals into account as they do play. At this stage, they do play twice. If you don't know, now you know. Sucker. All right, from soccer, let's go to the hard court. When you think I'm going to talk about who? You think I'm going to talk about Duke? Nah. Should I talk about Auburn and Bama? Nah. Tennessee? Nah. Houston? Nah. Talking about the Drake Bulldogs, baby. Finally, Drake gets a win. Oh, wait. Different Drake. No. These kids aren't pedophiles. So we have the 30-3 Missouri Valley Conference champion Drake Bulldogs, baby. Filling out your brackets, you might want to look at them. If you see the picture on YouTube, they don't look athletic, but they're good. They've been good for a few years now. 30-3, cruising into March. They locked up their seed about like an automatic bid. It feels like they locked it up on like February 30th, which isn't a date, but I said it. Put that on your calendar. February 30th when Drake got a win. And then, just wanted to mention Drake, give a little love to the little guys. And then the biggest story in college basketball, other than, the usual suspects making noise, March Madness, put on the TV and I saw someone that I hadn't seen since maybe November. Forgot about him. Forgot his name. And I think his season needs to end. If it didn't today, they won. Georgia Tech, Duncan Powell with the worst haircut in the history of sports. Google Duncan Powell spelt how it sounds, how you think it would be spelled. If you're watching on YouTube, you see the haircut. He puts a headband above this thing. He's actually a good player. He's probably their best player for Georgia Tech. But come on, man, what are you doing with that? What is he's got like a goatee on the front of his head and a goatee on the back of his head. That's exactly the best way to describe it. So, check it out on YouTube. I don't know what's going on. Georgia Tech, woof. Hopefully they don't make a run and somehow make the tournament. Yeesh, I don't want to see that while I'm sweating over my brackets. But yeah, March Madness is always fun. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar we had last year and all that good stuff. Good stories come, but we don't want to see the little guys in the Final Four, right? No more of that. No more Sister Jeans, right? We want the more skilled, bigger schools, right? That's right. Do you agree with me? Comment below. Who the hell do you want to see? You want to see, or do you want one? You want one Sister Jean and 3 powerhouses, 3 blue bloods? You can't want 4 Sister Jeans. That's just a slap fight, right? But whatever. Speaking of slapping, UFC 313 happened over the weekend. And this was the odds say it was not a shock. The odds were very close. Magomed Ankalaev gets the win over Alex Pereira. People were saying that Alex Pereira is already on the Mount Rushmore of UFC. Some say maybe combat sports in general. I don't know. But he got a setback. He lost by decision to Ankalaev. He's a good striker. Pereira just looked, something wasn't right. Listen, I'm not an expert. I've seen a lot of fights, and I could usually break it down pretty well. But he just wasn't coming forward. He didn't have that killer look, that killer instinct. But they are already working on the rematch here. The paperwork's already been put in probably. Ankalaev said as much. They're already working on the rematch. And I would not be surprised if Pereira has a new game plan and just comes out and has that killer look, that killer instinct. Could go the distance again because Ankalaev is no pushover, even though he does look like he's, Amish and rode a horse and buggy to Vegas. but he's no pushover. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Justin Gaethje got the win before that fight. That was an entertaining one. Gaethje's always fun to watch. Hands like frying pans. So that's a little UFC tidbit. My guy Michael Chandler fights soon. I think the end of April, so I'll be looking forward to that. Should be a good one. He's Paddy Pimblett. Hopefully Chandler can get that win after wasting time. Well, he wasn't wasting time. His time was wasted waiting on that clown McGregor. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then to the biggest sport in this country being Mexico. No, I'm just kidding. I'm in America. No disrespect to any other country. I'm just making a joke. I'm just saying where I'm not for a joke. But Luxembourg. I don't know about you guys. Got my eye on you. Luxembourg won the World Cup with you guys in a video game, FIFA on the hardest level. Our friend Tommy, who lives in Croatia now, who hopefully is watching, listening, told me I had too much time on my hands back in the day when I won the World Cup with Luxembourg on world-class level. I'll never forget that, Tommy. And also, I have enough time on my hands now to do a podcast once a week. Could do it 5 days a week if I wanted to, but nope, not going to do that just yet. I need followers and listeners to get me going there. So, big news in the NFL. Lots of moving and shaking. And let's start with the champs. The Eagles. Slay's gone. They traded C.J. Gardner-Johnson to Houston. Sweat is gone. Isaiah Rodgers, Bradbury, Milton Williams. They did keep Zach Bond at linebacker. But their secondary is going to be shaken up. One of their strengths last year. But their whole defense was a strength. 2 solid linebackers at least. Their whole D-line, or most of their D-line, is intact. We'll see. They lost Gainwell too today, so we'll see how the Eagles bounce back in that division with Dak looking, at a new coach, and see if the Commanders can make a move. The Commanders doing some stuff too. So let's get into it. So I have a list. So I'm just gonna read them off. Sam Darnold is a Seahawk. Comment below. Do you think he's gonna be any good? They don't have some other guys because Geno Smith was traded to Vegas, to the Raiders. DK Metcalf gone. Lockett was released. DK Metcalf traded to the Steelers. And then Justin Fields goes to the Warplanes. That goes to the Jets, Mr. Fields. So the Jets still don't have a quarterback after signing a quarterback. And then Zach Wilson goes to Miami. He got a contract from second team, but I believe he was traded to the Broncos. So Zach Wilson hanging around the NFL. Let's see what he can do when Tua misses a game or two. Hopefully not, but it's likely to happen, right? So Zach Wilson goes on down to the Fish. A couple big releases. One big release. One is just a name, in my opinion. No offense, you'll know. So yeah, like I said, DK traded. If you're watching on YouTube, throw a little picky poo. Cooper Kupp cut. He's a guy who helped them win a Super Bowl. He won the Triple Crown at receiver in 2021. 2021. I believe. He's not that old. 2021. He's a good player. He's a great route runner. I think he's got some left in the tank. He's probably got as much, if not more, than Adam Thielen, and he had a pretty good damn year, with a little quarterback carousel in Carolina this year. So we'll see where Kupp lands. I haven't seen any rumors. I haven't really looked. And then a player who is more famous because of his very attractive wife, Kyle Juszczyk. His wife is famous for making those jackets. I believe she might be rubbing elbows here and there with Taylor Swift. She's gorgeous, and he looks like a football player. So Kyle Juszczyk cut from the Niners, and obviously they traded Debo. They lost. Who they lost? They lost Greenlaw. They lost a few other guys I can't even think right now. They did add DeMarcus Robinson, a receiver from the rival Rams. I have seen Kyle Juszczyk. I believe rumors. I don't want to say fan hope. I think rumors. Maybe the Patriots. He's a Harvard grad, I believe, a Harvard guy. And Seahawks. I think he's like one of like 3 fullbacks left in this league. More famous because of his wife and her jackets. Devontae Adams to the Rams. Daniel Jones to the Colts. And now there's whispers that the Steelers are going to trade for Anthony Richardson or sign everyone's favorite anti-vaxxer, Aaron Rodgers. Najee Harris is a Charger. Justin Reed goes down to the Saints. Leonard Floyd is now a Falcon. Like a Greenlaw is a Bronco. Javon Holland leaves the Fish for the G-Men. Will Fries ditches the G-Men. Oh, the G-Men are hot on his tail. He didn't ditch them, but he chose the Vikings over the Giants, apparently. Very good lineman. If you don't know who Will Fries is, it's not a meal at McDonald's or any eating establishment. Javon Kinlaw is a Commander. Josh Sweat is a Cardinal. Laramie Tunsil traded to Washington to protect my guy Jaden Daniels. And then late signings, Bills with again Ogunjobi. And are we supposed to care about Josh Palmer? Because the Bills traded for Amari Cooper and didn't even have him on the field for half the games. So I saw ESPN talking a lot of Josh Palmer, and I don't think we should fucking care about that. And he's not that noteworthy in my opinion. But they did get Joey Nosa. Oh, sorry, Bosa. You got the joke. If you're watching on YouTube, you get the joke. He's got a nose. Joey Nosa. Anyway, Joey Bosa goes to the Bills. So we'll see how he fares up there, if he could stay healthy, and get some sacks for them. They did, they cut, what's his name, right? They cut, oh, man. What the hell is his name? Texas A&M. Where's the funky glasses? Where's the cowboy hats? Von Miller. I had to Google it. Von Miller. Google it in real time, folks, because I'm not editing shit. I filmed this once. I post it. If you like it, you like it. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Do what you got to do to get more of me. Joey Bosa is a Bill, and DeAndre Hopkins goes down to Baltimore. And I saw that the last one, Valdez Scantling signed somewhere. Who cares? He's nothing anymore. I think he went to Seattle, maybe. I don't know. He went somewhere west, I think. Maybe he's a Ram. I don't know if I saw his name. But a lot of people saying the Colts, Broncos, Vikings, Bears, Patriots, and Commanders are really doing good things in fantasy. Yeah, in fantasy. And in real life fantasy. Some people think the Jets have done good things. I don't know, man. We'll see. All is quiet on my kitty cat front. I haven't seen much of the Bengals stuff, but again, it's basketball season. Soon to be baseball season. And with baseball, let's get to 2 injuries. I don't care about the Mo Vaughn stuff. Does anyone care about Mo Vaughn admitting he cheated? Took what, HGH, whatever the hell they said. Who cares? Francisco Alvarez for the Mets is going to miss 6 to 8 weeks. Broken hand. He had surgery already. Not the biggest surgery happening in New York because there's an ace in the Bronx. Some would say he acts like an ace hole, especially when he yells at oh my God, the old comedian who loves the Yankees, but he wore a Met hat. He wore a Met hat in the City Slickers. Oh my God, help me out here. I'm alone. Billy Crystal. It came to me. No, it didn't. I Googled. But you couldn't see me Googling because I've Garrett Cole's weird face. Garrett Cole was going to miss the whole year with Tommy John surgery. So that's a blow to the Yankees, who now Marcus Stroman's going to be a real important piece. It's hard to, and it's also no one's trading pitchers right now. unless the Phillies want to trade Luzardo, who gave up 3 home runs in, I believe, 3 straight pitches the other day in spring. That was fun to watch as a Met fan. But yeah, Cole done for the year. Alvarez out. The Yankees are also dealing, obviously, with Elbow Boy. L no, we won't go. Mets are out without Frankie Montas and without Sean Manaea to start the season. So we'll say Tony Gonsolin's going to start the season on the IL. What else is new? He's a Dodger, but I think they're getting Dustin May ready for the opening day roster. We'll see. And then the last thing, I was going to get into UNC Duke. I was going to get into I don't know if I'm going to talk wrestling on this show, but Cena turned heel after 20 years. Took him long enough. It was a big pop culture moment. It did not hit me like Hollywood Hogan. I guess I'm talking wrestling. I didn't know if I wanted to do this. I'm talking wrestling. The Rock is back. He's the final boss. He walks that line of heel, face, good guy, bad guy, corporate guy, because in real life he's on the board for TKO, who owns UFC and owns WWE, and they just acquired a boxing promotion too, so we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully Dana White doesn't punch his wife in public twice or at all. Doesn't matter where it is, public or behind closed doors, because we know he likes to start leagues and then he likes to start a slap league and then slap his wife shortly after, which was weird and not good. But anyway, I'll get off that little soapbox. Don't hit your wives. With that said, yeah, John Cena's a bad guy. I wasn't going to get into that. That's it. That's all I got. And then the last thing is the big injury I mentioned earlier. Boom. Tiger. I am not a golf guy. I will not be talking much golf, but he was golf for, how long? 15, 18, 20 years? 23 years, probably. 25 years, probably. I don't know. Obviously, everyone knows him. He made golf super relevant. In my household, on some holidays, when my great grandfather would watch him. My brother's a golf guy, and almost all my friends golf or watch it too. So it's a big deal. I, for one, didn't know he still had an Achilles after that car accident. And chiseled his legs away. But popped Achilles, torn Achilles. Said he was ramping up to try to get back. Hope he does. I don't follow, I don't watch. But he's good for that sport. Well, I don't think it's a sport. He's good for that game. There's no defense. It's not a sport. Come at me. Comment below. Is golf a sport? I say no. What say you? So, yeah. We'll see if Tiger can bounce back. It's a blow for that sport. I know he's doing good things with Charlie, his little son, who's a little like prodigy, just like Tiger. But we'll see. Hopefully he bounces back. You don't want guys to go out because of that. If he's going to hang him up, if he doesn't feel like rehabbing, when I feel like since that accident he's been rehabbing probably every damn time just to get ready to play one tournament. I know it's rough on him to walk. Some courses, probably every course, but we'll see. Hopefully he comes back. Tiger Woods, y'all. So that's it. That's episode 2. I'm gonna, like I said, once a week for now. I want stories to pile up so I don't have to, waste your time talking about Jackson Dart said this at the combine. I don't give a shit about that. So, that's it. I'm just killing time until I hit 30 minutes. That's the honest truth. Hit the music. Play me out. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please, if you haven't, like, subscribe, comment, share. Fight me. Verbally, keep it clean. You can fight me, argue with me, or compliment me.